Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the Deming I-10 corridor study presentation, project control number 1102230. My name is Kayla Smith.
And I am Melissa Covarrubia.
We are consultants with Moles & Corbin, and we've been contracted by the City of Deming in partnership with the New Mexico Department of Transportation to conduct a comprehensive study of the I-10 corridor. This includes the interstate itself, the associated frontage roads, and nearby local streets. The study process has three phases. Phase A includes studying the existing conditions and developing preliminary alternatives to improve the corridor. Phase B analyzes the alternatives based on stakeholder and public feedback to determine the preferred alternative. And Phase C serves as the environmental documentation for the project, which a categorical exclusion, environmental assessment, or an environmental impact statement will be prepared. This project began in 2023, where we started looking at existing conditions. This included looking at existing traffic and crash data, the pavement conditions, bridge conditions, ADA compliance, guardrail, and everything in between. We held our first public meeting on January 14th at the City Council chambers, and the public comment period was open until February 14th. After that, we began refining and analyzing alternatives to determine the preferred alternative, which will be presented to you in this presentation. This study will then be finalized this summer. Currently, no funding has been allocated for this project past the completion of this study process. The City of Deming, in conjunction with NMDOT, will continue to seek funding for the design and construction of the various alternatives based on their order of priority. Our project limits for the study began at exit 81. It included exit 82A and exit 82B and went all the way into exit 85. We also looked at the I-10 east and west frontage roads and the local roadways within the system. Now we are going to look at the existing conditions and the suggested alternatives of individual locations based on the need and priority to enhance safety and connectivity for this corridor. The first priority is Ruby Street. The existing grade separation underpass is aligned with Pearl Street, while the railroad crossing is along North Ruby Street. This misalignment causes confusion and frustration for drivers while creating a dangerous area where people will go the wrong way on the I-10 frontage road to get from North Ruby Street to the underpass.
The preferred alternative for Ruby Street removes the Pearl underpass and adds an underpass at Ruby Street, providing a direct connection under the interstate and across the railroad tracks. Improvements along Ruby and Pearl will include ADA facilities, sidewalks, bike lanes, on-street parking, and the reconstruction of the existing roadways. Improvements to the railroad crossings are recommended, however, this will require coordination and approval from Union Pacific and Southwestern Railways.
The second priority is East Cedar Street. There is no connection between the eastbound on-ramp and the East Cedar Street that runs behind Walmart. Many drivers are confused when traveling along the Cedar Street frontage road and have to enter the interstate instead of remaining on the frontage road.
The preferred alternative at this location is a single-lane roundabout. The roundabout will connect the two-way East Cedar Street to a one-way single-lane connection from the eastbound on-ramp. We did analyze making the connection using a normal T intersection, but a safety concern was raised. The T intersection does not prevent westbound drivers on East Cedar Street from attempting a right turn onto the one-way connection. The roundabout is able to mitigate this concern and provides the greater safety improvement.
The third priority is split into two different locations. The first location we're going to look at is exit 81. During the first public meeting, feedback was given stating this interchange and the adjacent intersection causes mass confusion for both local and visiting drivers. The trumpet loop at the interchange is an outdated design that is no longer favored by NMDOT. The eastbound off-ramp along with 13th, West Pine, Spruce, and Pine Street create an unsafe intersection where drivers are unsure of the proper traffic flow. This priority also extends to the 8th Street. There is no connection from the interchange to the Cedar frontage road, and 12th Street is currently a dirt road.
The preferred alternative for this interchange is converting it into a standard diamond interchange. This will allow the northern frontage roads, Pine Street, and the exit ramps to all converge at two stop intersections. This will eliminate the excessive connections along 13th Street, creating a safer and less confusing traffic flow. There is also a connection from the eastbound on-ramp to a built-out Cedar Street. 12th Street would also get built out as part of this alternative.
Continuing the second location of the third priority, we are going to look at 8th Street. 8th Street is currently the intersection where the northern one-way frontage road becomes a two-way frontage road. This intersection lacks the proper signage to warn eastbound drivers they must turn under the 8th Street Bridge. The current dirt roadway portion of Cedar Street also does not align with the paved portion of Cedar Street.
Continuing the preferred alternative, improvements to the exit 81 interchange would allow the one-way portion of the northern frontage road to continue all the way to the interchange, eliminating the safety concern at the 8th Street intersection. The build-out of Cedar Street from the interchange would also include a realignment to ensure it lines up with the reconstruction of the paved portion of Cedar Street. Other improvements would also include ADA facilities, sidewalks, and bike lanes.
The fourth priority that we are going to look at is exit 82. This exit has a secondary set of ramps. There are currently no acceleration or deceleration lanes to enter and exit the interstate.
The preferred alternative for exit 82 involves removing the secondary off-ramps and improving the remaining 4 ramps to include acceleration and deceleration lanes. Some of these improvements may also need to take place during other alternatives. The Ruby Street alternative may require the removal of the secondary ramps. The East Cedar Street alternative may require the improvement of the eastbound on-ramp. This preferred alternative will cover any improvements not made during any other alternative.
The last priority for this study is exit 85. The westbound lanes utilize a trumpet loop to connect directly to Pine Street. Similar to exit 81, the trumpet loop is no longer favored by the NMDOT. The eastbound lanes also have ramps with wide curves that connect directly to Pine Street. This interchange does not allow semi-trucks taller than the 16-foot bridge clearance to easily exit the interstate, bypass the bridge, and re-enter the interstate.
The preferred alternative for exit 85 is also a standard diamond interchange. The ramps would lead to 2-stop intersections, which would allow drivers to easily re-enter the interstate or turn south to Pine Street. This alternative could serve as a viable intersection if there was ever a future connection heading north to NM26. Now we are going to walk you through the complete corridor with all of the preferred alternatives. Starting at exit 81, we have the standard diamond interchange along with the build-out of Cedar Street, Frontage Road, and 12th Street. Here we have the 8th Street improvements along with the exit 82 ramp improvements. Next, we have the removal of the secondary off-ramps, the Ruby Street gauge separation, and the East Cedar Street roundabout. The final section of the corridor is the standard diamond interchange at exit 85.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. Feedback is important from the community. Please submit questions and comments by May 31st, 2025. You can email me at ksmith@molesandcorbin.com or call me at 575-522-0049. Thank you.